My name is Sama and I'm one of the directors of piano at the Treble Clef Project. Today I wanted to teach you guys how to play Experience by Ludovico. It's a very pretty piano song and it's actually very simple, and so I'm going to be teaching you how to play the chorus because in my opinion that's my favorite part. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to start with the left hand. There are 4 chords in the left hand that you play at the same time as 4 chords in the right hand. So it's pretty simple, it's just a matter of coordination. The first chord for the left hand is F sharp, C sharp, and A. And you go up the chord and down the chord like this. And you go up and down 4 times. The next chord is A, C, A. And you do the same thing. The third chord is C sharp, G sharp, and E sharp. So you play it like. The last chord is D, G, and F sharp. So you'll have to move your hand a little, but you can still reach it. So it'll sound like this. So again, the first chord is F sharp, C sharp, A. And then the next chord is A, C, A. Next chord, C sharp, G sharp, and E. And then the last chord, D, G, and F sharp. Okay, great. Let's move on to the right hand. So in the right hand, just like the left hand, there are 4 chords and each chord is played 4 times. But the right hand is a little bit different because each of the 4 times you play, there are some variations. And the reason I still think of them as 4 chords is because each time you play the right hand and left hand chord, they switch at the same time, so it's easier to think of it as sets. And you'll see what I mean later on. So the first chord in the right hand starts with C sharp, goes down to F sharp, and then goes down to C sharp down an octave. So you go down the chord and up the chord, which is the opposite of what you did with the left hand, which went up and down. So it'll sound like this. Except, you know how you play each chord 4 times? The third time you play it, you actually move the top note up a half step. So the first chord together sounds like this. The second chord is literally just the same thing, but I still think of it as a set because even though the right hand, the first 2 chords are the same, the left hand changes, so it's nice to pair them up together. So the first 2 chords together sounds like. The third chord is a little bit different, so it'll start with C sharp, but instead of going to F sharp in the middle, it'll go to G sharp, and then it'll end on C sharp. So it'll go down and up like the other chords, and it'll sound like this. And just like the others, on the third time you play this chord, the top note goes up a half step, so the whole chord together sounds like. The fourth chord is a little bit different because each time you play it, it varies a little bit. So it starts with C sharp, and it goes to F sharp, and then D. So it'll go like. And then the second time you play this chord, instead of playing C sharp at the top again, you start with B, and then go down to F sharp and D again. So it'll sound like. And then the third time you play it the same as the first time, so it'll go C sharp, F sharp, and D. And then the last time you play this chord, this top note goes up a half step, and it'll sound like. The last chord altogether sounds like. So when we put it together, instead of playing the last chord of the left hand, which is this chord, instead of playing that 4 times, you actually play it twice. And let me show you how it sounds. So you'll actually change it to sound like. So instead of playing it the 3rd and 4th time, you'll start with the bottom note and go up to F sharp and go down a scale. And the notes for that scale is basically just F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A, G sharp. While you play that scale, in the right hand you're playing the last chord for the last 2 times, and together it'll sound like. So yeah, to put it all together, here is a video of how it'll sound like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new and are able to play this song on your own piano. I did want to note that as I was playing the right hand, I frequently played with an F sharp in the middle of the chord. While this was a slight difference, the original has an A as the middle, which I corrected in the captions. So if you wanted to play it that way, I will put a video at the end that shows how that sounds on the piano. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something new.